Our family sold almost everything, including our house in the city, to start a farm in the country. Join us as we share with you our adventures, while we discuss farming, fitness, and everything in between.
And don't forget, we live in a yurt too. We are Farm Fit.
Have you ever thought about traveling around the U.S., visiting all the cool farms and homesteads that are out there? Well, there's two people here that are crazy enough just to do that. And I'm here with Ben and Meg from Hollar Homestead, and they're traveling around the U.S. trying to find a spot for your forever homestead.
Mm-hmm.
And it is quite neat seeing them. They're sharing their experiences on YouTube. But I want you to share with our viewers a little bit of who you are and why you decided to do what you're doing.
Okay, well it starts with you.
Yeah, it kind of starts with me. So, just like any other red-blooded American male, I started working to feed a family, and then the work took over. And I guess it's just the way I am. It's the way a lot of guys are. I let the work take over. I started working so many hours, and I was gone all the time. And what happened was I started losing the thing, family, which is the reason you go to work, is to provide for a family. And when the work became so big that it started taking away my family, that was when it kind of like light bulb.
It's so neat how so many people, the driving force for them starting their homestead and starting to follow their dreams, it all centers around family. So it's really neat that you guys are doing that too. That's the driving force for you, getting out there, trying to figure out where you're going to make your permanent roots, is because you want to find a place that is suitable for your family.
Yes.
It's so neat that you guys are doing that. And as you're going through these experiences in these different homesteads, how does it feel to see your children getting out and experiencing some of these homesteads as well as you guys?
Oh, it's been amazing. We like to do like free-range kids. Just like free-range chickens, free-range kids is like our thing. We really believe in kids getting outside and doing all that. And being able to see them in other people's environments, and they get so excited about, oh, they're growing this, and can we help with this? And it's just like, okay, this is our future. They're already getting excited for it, and we can't wait to put them on our own land and do our own thing.
That is fantastic. For anyone who's considering doing something similar to you, whether it be actually traveling around the U.S. to looking for examples of mentors of people to follow after, or they're just looking around their own state or county or whatever to find somebody that they can mimic and learn from, what would you say are values or some things that are to keep in mind of benefits to doing that? Because actually having the opportunity to see hands-on of somebody who is being successful in certain areas has been extremely valuable to me, and I'm sure you guys are seeing that more and more as you're going around.
Yeah, I think it's really important actually, because we're very independent people, so for us it's like, oh, we're gonna do it ourselves, and that's fine, and that takes you most of the way. But at some point you need to have somebody that you can just ask a question and go, is this normal, or should I do it a better way? And what we have loved about traveling and seeing everybody is seeing how different they do everything, and going, okay, well, this works for these people over here, but maybe not for somebody else. And it's so important to have that community to draw from and to learn and to get different ideas. And like I said, you can ask, is this normal, or is there a better way to do it?
Community is really a big part of it too.
Yeah.
Especially the YouTube community. We started doing this because we really liked what this community has to offer. Everybody's doing something. Everybody is in there, and being able to share that and ask questions and talk to people doing stuff, that is a really big tool that a lot of people overlook.
Yeah, it is. I think if you're in an area where you might not have a physical community or have somebody there that you can ask, you could always hop on YouTube or Facebook and stuff like that to find those people.
As you're traveling around the country and you're visiting these different farms, I know it's great to make it the social connection and it's fun, but how do you avoid making it just a total vacation? How do you avoid, or what do you do to make sure that you're actually making it an educational experience of things that you can learn to actually apply to the homesteads that you guys are going to have in the future?
I think one of the big things is, because we're looking for a place to homestead, and our goal is to grow as much food as we can for our family and be self-sustainable, is ask specific questions about the environment, what they're dealing with, be it weather or bug pressure or things like that.
Soil's been a big one.
Yeah, and how they deal with those things, because we don't know where we're going to land yet. So just to have those in the back of our minds, so if we find a property that maybe has one of those issues, we can draw back to the people we've talked to and go, okay, well we could deal with it this way. This is a possibility.
That's great.
Efficiency, how they do things, how different farms do different things.
Yeah.
Some people we've seen are pretty efficient in the way they farm. It very hands-off. Plant enough to where you're going to get a harvest, and then you just start picking and you wash and you take to market.
Yeah.
And seeing how different people do stuff like that has really kind of shown us how we could do it.
Yeah.
Not to say we could do it better, but it's given us that, hey, you know, if we were in this situation, how would we do it?
Yeah.
And so it sparks the conversation that, hey, let's start writing things down. Let's start scheming. Let's see how we could do this.
And it gives us a lot of ideas for implementing all that on our own homestead.
I know it was big for me when I went to go visit Rose Creek Farm in Tennessee to see some of those things, to see what you were talking about, Ben, is seeing the efficiency in how they do it, and also to see that they were working together as a family, and the working dynamics of how they work together as a family was pretty neat for me. That every person, even the children, had a role in helping out on the farm, and I'm like, that is what it's all about. That's what it's about for me. That's that's just seeing my dream lived out in somebody else's life was pretty cool.
Well, that's been another thing, is seeing how they're making it work to where both parents can be home and everybody can be involved. Most people's idea of normal is there's at least one parent working, and to see so many families who, if the parent isn't home yet, they're trying to get it there. And that was really encouraging to us.
Yes.
Just to see all these families, they're making it work.
Yes, that is truly inspiring. That is truly inspiring. And I know a lot of people are wondering, how are you working out the logistics of your travels around?
Oh goodness.
What are you traveling in, and how are you planning things out? Because those are some questions that you definitely have to iron out.
Oh yeah.
We get those questions.
We do. So we are traveling in a 27-foot travel trailer.
Okay.
It houses all of us. We've got bunks for the twins and then some fold-out furniture that works. And then of course our vehicle that we tow with, and it's been great. As far as where we're going, that's honestly sometimes just week at a time.
We've just, if we try to plan too far ahead, that's when something breaks.
Right?
That's when someone gets sick. It's
just the way life goes.
Or we miss opportunities.
Yeah.
And this whole trip was, we wanted to leave it open for all the opportunities that would arise, be it come to someone's house, or you know, maybe there's a festival that we would have missed had we been moving too fast, that we're here at the right time.
There's been a couple things we've traveled too fast through and already had plans and had to be at the next location. And as we're driving, it's like, hey, look, there's the biggest Renaissance fair in the nation that we just drove by and forgot about. I mean, stuff like that. So really managing our time, but not managing our time. I guess that's...
We have a big plan. Like, there's big places we've wanted to hit, national parks, that kind of thing. And then we just kind of, like I said, 1, maybe 2 weeks out is about how far we plan, and just let it flow.
Okay. For anybody who is trying to decide whether to do what you're doing or not, what are some things that you would suggest to them as far as how to go about it?
Get out of debt.
Get out of debt.
Get out of debt.
We could not have done this if we were buried in debt like we were 10 years ago.
No, there's no way we could have done it. So, and this was really a 10-year process.
Okay.
We hadn't planned on doing this 10 years ago, but the steps that brought us here.
Realizing how we got here is like, wow, this is almost ordained. This is amazing.
Oh, we were definitely on that path, but it took us a couple years to get out of debt, just from cars and credit cards and
the house
and all that. We had bought the cheapest house we could in the best neighborhood we could, and then we worked to pay that off and put a lot of sweat equity into it.
There we go.
But yeah, that would be our biggest one, is get out of debt. After that, we gave ourselves a year to plan and get ready.
Okay.
And I tell people we worked up to the day we were leaving that house just to get ready. But it does take time. It takes planning. And then I think my third piece of advice would be to just do it.
There we go. Just do it.
If you're scared, I mean, there's a big fear for any change, whether
Yeah.
it's to travel or maybe to get out of the city and go to a homestead. Just do it. Just put all that fear aside and go.
That's what I've told you viewers a lot on our vlogs before is don't have analysis paralysis.
Right.
Be prudent, do what you can do, but actually get out there and just do something. Make it happen.
Yep.
You have these dreams, they're in your heart and in your head, but if you don't actually get out there and do something, they're not going to come into fruition. You're not going to be able to have those dreams come to realization and be your life. So make sure you get out there and make it happen. And for those people who want to follow you guys in your adventures, they can follow you on YouTube
Yes.
and Instagram.
On Instagram and Facebook. Yep.
And what are those that they can follow you on? Hollar Homestead on YouTube, and
Hollar Homestead on Instagram, and then I think it's the Hollar Homestead on Facebook.
all right, there you go. Keep follow them along in their adventures and wish them the best. And as always, grow on. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Feel free to leave a comment below, even if it's just to say, hey. Also, make sure you don't miss any of our new videos. So, subscribe and sign up to receive notifications each time we release a new video. Also, you may want to check out these videos right here. And also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. See you next time.